Welcome to WTOL 11 News on WTOL 11 Plus. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tatiana Cash. We are online. Yay! Now, today, in my opinion, was gorgeous. And so the question remains of what about the rest of this weekend? Meteorologist John Birchfield has that answer. John, perfect?
Yeah, Tatiana, we got a repeat performance tomorrow. Going to be another one of those days. It is kind of breezy outside, though. That early autumn wind, you'll feel that coming out of the east-northeast. Temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. We'll keep the crystal clear skies for the remainder of the weekend with sunshine on tap. It is a little cooler near the lake and bay with temperatures in the upper 60s. Up in Monroe, it's only 66, and that has to do with the east-northeast wind direction. Most spots in the 70s. For the rest of your evening, dropping down to the mid-60s by sundown. 60 degrees at 10 p.m. for those late night plans with that easterly breeze continuing. Sunday, it is looking dry and mild. Highs are going to be a little warmer actually in the mid 70s. Still a little bit breezy though with that east northeasterly wind direction. I'll let you know how much longer the sunshine lasts and also preview our next rain chance coming up in your full forecast.
All right, thanks, John. We've got some new details on a homicide investigation in South Toledo. It happened on Blue Rock Court just off of Angola Road around 2 this morning. Police say DeJuan Smith shot 2 people, killing 37-year-old James Miller, and officials say the second victim is in stable condition at a local hospital. Now, Smith is being charged with murder and felonious assault. A fatal shooting this morning at the Speedway gas station parking lot near Bowling Green State University is where BG police say they were approaching a vehicle when a driver produced a handgun, which then went off, causing him serious injury. Police say he was taken to the Wood County Hospital and then later died. This driver was wanted on a felony sex crime against a minor. The United Workers Autos Union expanded its strike against GM, Stellantis, and Ford Friday. And next week, President Biden plans to join the picket lines in Michigan.
What do we want?
Contract! From coast to coast, picket lines grew louder Friday.
We are here fighting for what we deserve.
As the United Auto Workers Union turned up the heat on General Motors and Stellantis.
It is time for us to be treated fairly.
More than 5,600 workers joined the UAW strike Friday from 38 parts distribution centers. It means some car repairs could come to a screeching halt.
We supply parts to the dealers, so dealers have a limited amount of supply they're not going to be able to repair cars or do maintenance on vehicles.
They join more than 13,000 union employees that were already striking at 3 plants in the Midwest. The union is demanding higher wages and better benefits and says car makers have seen record profits.
We got 6% in pay increases. CEOs got 40% pay increases. Meanwhile, the companies have made billions and billions in profit. So the consumers are being price gouged by these companies.
President Biden will travel to Detroit Tuesday to, quote, join the picket line and stand in solidarity with workers. Dealers say if the strike continues for months or expands further, car buyers may pay more.
It could drastically affect business, and it could affect prices in the marketplace.
GM and Stellantis claim they're bargaining in good faith, with GM calling the strike expansion unnecessary. Ford was not targeted by the new action because the union says they're making progress in negotiations. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
A local Toledo restaurant has loyal customers stopping in for one last bite. New Empire Chinese Restaurant's last full day open was today. The local favorite had mostly been fulfilling online carryout orders since the pandemic. And the good news is the owner says they're not closing their doors for good, just hoping to find a better location with the right space to bring back business.
I was shocked. I think most customers were like, are you kidding me? But people have to move on. You know, there's another world out there and maybe a vacation or a retirement in the future for them. If they choose to go anywhere else, I will find them and I will go.
All right, fans, tomorrow will be your last chance to visit the restaurant since it's only going to be open for a little bit of a half a day. So it's recommended calling before coming in since there's no official time on when doors will close for good. All right, now rowing teams are back on the river after a break for the past few years because of COVID-19 pandemic. The Glass City Regatta is back. Full day of rowing competitions for the first time since 2019. Teams are a mix of high school and college students from 19 different clubs. Coaches say this is an important opportunity to have the rowing community here in Toledo.
It's very exciting for the kids. You know, they haven't had the experience of racing on the home course. You know, I've been coaching for 7 years, so we've had Toledo Res before, and now we're excited to have it back here and welcome other teams to kind of see the development of Toledo that's going on too.
The regatta has been around since the 80s with multiple types of boats as well as different techniques used during competition. One of Waterville's largest celebrations, the Roche de Boeuf, or DeBuff, probably DeBuff, was today. Now this year marks the 50th anniversary for the 2-day weekend of festivities where they kicked off with a large parade. Look at that, including the Anthony Wayne Marching Generals. Afterwards, there was more live music. Vendors lined the streets just throughout downtown.
I really love the parade, honestly. This isn't the only vendor show that I do all year that has a parade, so I think it's really fun. And I also really like to see all the other local handmade people and see where their creative minds take them.
More of a historical side came out when it came to crafts and educational opportunities, and there was horse-drawn trolley rides. All right, now thousands came downtown Toledo for the 30th year of Northwest Ohio's Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. The streets were packed, look at that, packed in seas of pink to celebrate those in the fight against breast cancer and to honor the ones who have lost their fight. All the money raised goes to support services for breast cancer patients.
And this was an especially meaningful race for me. My wife and I were running in honor of my mother-in-law who passed away from breast cancer. So being able to honor her with the race today was just amazing to be out there.
With everybody out here, and I want to be able to run and support those who aren't able to run right now. That's the most important thing.
You can hear other incredible stories and watch our full coverage of this year's Race for Cure on our website, WTOL.com. And congratulations, did you recognize that guy who talked first? That was John Birchfield, his wife, Liz Birchfield, very sweet people. They were the male and female winners of the 5K. Yay, John!
Thank you. Yeah, really cool event because every single person there has an amazing story to tell. And, you know, if you just talk to someone for a few minutes, you'll learn something about how it's affected them personally.
And I think it's awesome that you were able to do that because when it comes to, you know, this event, it's not an easy thing to do in terms of running, giving that effort. So good on you. And, you know, I got a chance to meet your mother-in-law before she passed, and she's a very sweet woman. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure she would be beyond proud of both you and
thank you very much.
Of course. So when it comes to weather right now, is it beautiful?
We got a great weather this morning. It was
right?
nice, a little crisp at the start.
Wondering.
You know, I saw Dan Cummins out there. He didn't have the hand warmer, so It wasn't that cold.
Was he shaking his fist at you like, John, congratulations, I'm cold?
No, had the new WTOL 11 quarter zip.
This is true.
The new swag. Yeah, it was just a little chilly and that breeze. You felt the breeze, but overall about as good as you can ask for the first day of autumn. Yeah, first day of fall. Let's check out that forecast. We are in the upper 60s right now for temperatures. Blue skies and sunshine looking high atop Levis Commons, and we're going to stay very pleasant through the evening and the remainder of the weekend. You can always check the hourly forecast on our free WTOL 11 weather app, showing you those 60s as we eventually fall back to the 50s overnight tonight. Temperature-wise, a little warmer to the south and west of Toledo, further away from the lake shore, from Defiance and Putnam over towards Hancock counties, and it's a little bit cooler near the lake and the bay. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, closer to the lakefront. Our current Lake Erie temperature sitting at 72 degrees right now. High pressure is going to keep us dry, but we still do have our eyes on a powerful and impactful low pressure system off to the southeast of us that is bringing soaking rains to the nation's capital, to Virginia, as well as a good portion of the East Coast. Here is the latest on Tropical Storm Ophelia with wind speeds of 40 miles an hour. The wind, not so much of an impact as just the heavy inundating rainfall that you see off to the east of us. We are going to stay dry smack dab between those two storm systems. Tomorrow's forecast, sunny and still breezy. The winds will be coming in out of the northeast, and we could see the occasional gust to 20 to 25 miles an hour. A few more late day clouds, but overall sunny and brilliant weather to cap off the weekend. For that morning walk, there is going to be a little bit of a chill. However, due to that wind direction, you'll notice Port Clinton quite a bit warmer than Toledo, and further away from the lake shore, temperatures getting chillier. Heading towards the afternoon, we rebound to the middle 70s. It'll be a little bit cooler cooler down towards Seneca and Wyandotte counties up towards the lake, but overall most spots making it safely to the mid-70s. Here's that breeze coming in out of the east northeast, gusty in Port Clinton and Fremont, and still a bit of a breeze expected in the Toledo metro. You plan on a cooler morning, maybe the light jacket or an extra layer or two. Lunchtime will be in the upper 60s into the afternoon hours for your Sunday, capping off the weekend. Partly sunny skies expected, a high temperature right around 75 degrees. With the sunshine not going to last into the work week, we see a few more clouds move in on Monday. Most of the day is going to be dry. However, there is a slight chance for a brief sprinkle later in the afternoon. Biggest difference is a drop in temperatures. We'll be down in the lower 70s Monday through Wednesday, and more likely showers roll in Tuesday through the middle of the week. Monday mainly dry, an isolated sprinkle or two possible, but you'll notice Monday night we could see a little push of some steadier rain, and that may continue through Tuesday, making for a bit of a damp and cloudy appearance. There are those rain chances primarily Tuesday and Wednesday, but an isolated sprinkle is possible as soon as Monday night. Looking towards next weekend, sunshine expected and temperatures rebounding to the upper 70s. By that point, our normal high is going to be in the low 70s, so we're expected to stay above average through the end of September and even the start of October. Happy first day of fall, by the way.
Why, thank you. Happy first day of fall to you.
Yeah, felt pretty nice. If this is what fall's like, I kind of like it.
I'm about to say no complaints. And of course, as Dana and I have been mentioning on our 4 p.m. show, especially when we yell at either Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers or, of course, Meteorologist here, John Birchfield, we shake our fists, but then we appreciate them, especially when there's no rain and there's no snow. So overall, you've done well.
Lots of pats on the back this week.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Don. And thank you for joining us here on WTOL 11 Plus. Continue to watch us here. We have tons of other videos you can watch on YouTube. And of course, maybe join us on tonight at WTOL 11 at 11 or a little bit later. Have a good night.